Okay, I'm back. Before I get down to business, there's something I'd like to mention real quick. There's been a lot of rumors going around lately about the Dudleys and their status in TNA. People saying that their contracts were almost up, that they were unhappy in TNA, they wanted to go back to WWE, and a lot of people have been buying into it, including myself. I actually mentioned this on one of my earlier videos, and pretty much assumed the whole thing was true. And now it turns out that none of it was true. Dudley's went on record a couple of days ago saying that not only are they content in TNA, but they actually have about a year left in their contract. So pretty much the whole thing was BS. So let that be a lesson to you kids out there. Don't believe everything you see on the internet. Oh, except for me. Always believe me.
I do not need a microphone.
A microphone.
My voice is fucking powerful.
Okay. Impact, January 24th. I thought this was a good show overall, minus a couple criticisms that I will get to in a little bit. First, they announced the rest of the matches for Against All Odds, which is nice. We're going to see, we now know we're going to see Tracy Brooks versus Ms. Banks. This match has a lot of build-up, with Ms. Banks doing that, giving Tracy the evil eye from the crowd for months, and now doing this single white female thing, and now we'll get to see Ms. Banks in her in-ring debut. Also, we now know we're going to have Bullet Bob Armstrong teaming with BG James, BG cashing in the Feast or Fire title shot for the tag team titles, and if the TNA writers honestly think that the Armstrongs are going to get anyone to buy this pay-per-view, they have got their heads up their asses. But whatever. At least it gets this storyline out of the way. Unless they win the tag team titles, which is a possibility I really don't want to think about too much. We're probably going to see Kaz Black Rain rematch also. I'm not looking forward to that one. I'm not a fan of Dustin Rhodes or his other personality, you guys know that by now. But there's always a chance that Kaz might pull something halfway decent out of this match. I just hope that this is the end of this dumbass feud, because Kaz deserves so much better than this. And finally, we're going to have Booker T versus Robert Roode. And after the Sharmell injury angle, this feud has a ton of heat behind it, so that'll be something to see, definitely. As far as the show itself, they announced the winners of the TNA Year-End Awards, Jay Lethal, Gail Kim, Booker T, and Samoa Joe. They didn't announce the Tag Team of the Year for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe they were short on time or something. Anyway, we had Jay Lethal come out, and he was looking kind of morose, and he then took off the Macho Man garb, took off the bandana and the shades, and he cut a serious promo about all the crap the Dudleys have put him through, and now that he's going to take all his revenge out on Johnny Devine tonight. And I absolutely love this, because they basically used my idea for Jay Lethal that I talked about a couple of videos ago. How he should break from the machismo character when it's time to get serious. I mean, this is exactly what Jay Lethal, this is exactly what needed to be done with Jay Lethal. Although, I mean, it would have been much more effective if it had been done 2 months ago, back when the Dudleys and Devine stole his title belt in the first place. But better late than never. I'm just happy they used my idea, because I thought it was good. It was my idea, of course it was good. So, Lethal and Devine had a hardcore match for the X Division title, with Johnny Devine winning after the Dudleys interfered. And I didn't have a problem with this at all. Frankly, Jay Lethal needed to lose the belt at this point, because he had no credibility left as a champion. So the best thing they could possibly do for him right now is to just take the belt away, put it on somebody else, so they can sort of rehabilitate Lethal's character. And it seems like they're starting to do that, so that's good. First of all, I mean, Jay Lethal controlled most of this match. He even held off the Dudleys when, for a while after they came out, before the numbers game caught up with him. The only thing I didn't like about this was the fact that the Motor City Machine Guns were nowhere to be seen during this whole thing. I mean, they had to figure that the heels were going to gang up on Jay Lethal sooner or later, and yet they never came out to help him. This made no sense to me at all. No sense at all. As for Johnny Devine as the new X Division champion, I'm sort of ambivalent about it. I think it makes sense for the storyline going into the pay-per-view, but I just hope this is a short-term thing to add some juice to this feud, because I just think there's more deserving guys in the X Division than Johnny Devine. Personally, I think Sanjay Dutt should be the X Division champ. He's been in TNA a long time. He deserves it. And hopefully he'll get a shot at the belt when this feud is over. I hope so. Also, we had Gail Kim winning Knockout of 2007, and she cut a promo on Awesome Kong. Then Kong then came out, and the two of them got into a brawl again. But Gail is still selling the concussion, obviously, so she gets taken down pretty fast. ODB came out and actually got the better of Kong. Yeah, so that adds some gas to the fire for their match coming up. Plus, it looks like they're going to keep Gail in this feud, which I do like. So once she's done selling this injury, I assume they'll reinsert her in there and put her and make it a three-way feud for the title, or they might have Gail feud with Awesome Kong's disciple, like the one in that burqa thing that's been coming out with these last few weeks. And I'm not going to reveal the identity of this woman, the woman under that getup. But if it is who I've heard it is, then she's definitely somebody capable of having good matches, especially with Gail Kim. So that's excellent. We had Booker T getting the most memorable moment of the year award, Booker's arrival in TNA, and Robert Roode appearing on the screen, doing a promo on Booker, saying it was his fault that Sharmell got hurt because he's the one who actually put her in that position in the first place, which actually kind of made a weird kind of sense. Robert Roode was great here. Booker's reaction was perfect, just really understated. He didn't really say anything, he was just sort of staring, he was kind of twitching a little bit. You can tell he just wants to absolutely kill Robert Roode right now. And, just in the last couple of weeks, I think this has turned into one of the best feuds in TNA. So that's excellent. Also, we had another confrontation between Samoa Joe and Jim Cornette. Joe attacking various people, getting more and more volatile, basically demanding a new contract where he gets paid more than Kurt Angle. I'm not exactly sure where they're going with this storyline. It is interesting, but at the same time, they're making Joe kind of a hard guy to root for, and that might be the whole point of it. I don't know. I mean, maybe they're sowing the seeds of a heel turn here, maybe not. But either way, I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen next in this story. So, I mean, that is very refreshing when I think about it. I mean, especially compared to most of the WWE storylines, I mean, where you can basically predict from A to B to C exactly what's going to happen. So, I don't know what's going to happen with Samoa Joe and Jim Cornette, and I like that.